sometimes people will like message me back in a month and be like, oh, Picture Man Bob, I found your Polaroid on my desk and I forgot about it. And then I looked at the Polaroid and it just brought me back to that day, and I was just so happy. And like, I don't know, moments like that really, like, I feel the goosebumps right now. That just makes my heart really happy. It's just being able to know that, you know, people have these moments in their lives that are important and they like to look back on and reflect. And just having this opportunity with Polaroid and instant film really gives that moment to sit down and appreciate, you know, a moment in life or a captured moment in time. So, yeah, Polaroids. We have the Polaroid SLR 680. This is a vintage camera from 1977 and customized and reskinned. And then we have one of the newer Polaroid cameras, the Polaroid One Step Plus, which came out in 2018. And we're gonna take some Polaroids. Let's go. I started in August 2019, and I started with an old school camera that I found in my room that was sitting as a paperweight, as a decoration. I wasn't even sure if it worked or not. And one day I bought a pack of film and put it in the camera, and the rest is history. I've been shooting Polaroids non-stop since that day, and it's something that I truly love to do. So good. Hey lady, sorry to interrupt you. How are you doing today?
Oh, hey.
Good. Hey, what's up?
How are you?
Good. So I'm actually helping my friend Victoria out for a little project. I'm taking some Polaroids of people, just walking around. So
we're not very photogenic, but
yeah, sure.
you look great.
Should we
Yeah.
smile? Should we pretend not
candid.
to?
Yeah, just like you're having a conversation on the
Should
bench.
coffee?
I've started doing some street photography, just networking and meeting cool people, and you know, in the town or in the city, you know, just going up to anyone that looks nice and just trying to take their picture and just create those memories and moments for them has been really cool. Yeah, and there we go. Cool.
Nice
Thanks.
to see you.
Good to see you
Good
too.
to see you.
You guys gonna be hanging out by the bench for a little bit longer? All right, we'll walk around and then
Yeah.
I'll be back.
All right,
Cool.
that's good.
Sweet.
Good luck.
Thanks. So yeah, I like looking for color when I take Polaroids. So especially when the nice spring weather's coming out, I love to see any trees that are blooming or any, you know, lovely flowers that come out. All the great colors. You know, it's really fun to capture those moments on the Polaroid. The color transfers over really nicely, and you get an interesting film look that's different than what you would take on your phone or a regular camera. So I'm looking at those trees right there. We got the nice sun in our way, so we will shoot away from the sun, but maybe get a nice sky picture with all of these stuff. Make sure all your lighting settings are right. You got your settings here, and you want to find in your composition what's gonna look nice. So right now I'm only looking at just the branches and the leaves and the petals, maybe like a little glimpse of the sun, and there it is. Cool. They're light sensitive, so you got to keep them in the dark to let them develop for a little bit. But yeah, that's my process when I take pictures. Just like to look for color, look for nice light and nice people. So there's this nice man. Look at this nice man eating food.
Hello.
Hello there, nice man. How was your bagel? How was your bagel?
Good. That's good.
Yeah, that's good? It looks like you're eating. I'm sorry to interrupt and say hello.
It's alright.
But yeah, I'm Bob. It's nice to meet you.
Hi Bob, I'm Alex.
Alex,
What you guys doing?
you know, we're just taking some Polaroids of some cool people. The sun's hitting you perfectly. You got a nice backdrop in the back. I'd just love to take your portrait if that's okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
What would you like me to do?
Just be beautiful. Exactly. Maybe you can put your sunglasses on. That'd be a cool touch. Yeah. Ooh, not the napkins. All right. Yeah, casual. There we go. You're a natural there, my friend. All right. Perfect. Look at you.
Hope it comes there.
Cool. Yeah, because you're behind the frame, it's gonna look amazing. So thanks. Yeah. I'm gonna keep on walking around, but I'll come back and check it out with you in a few if you'd like.
I love that.
Sweet.
Love what
Awesome.
you guys are doing.
In October of 2020, I was let go from my job, and I was kind of just looking for a place to go. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to go. Things were getting stressful at home, and things with my friends weren't on point. And I was just had this idea: what if I just go on a road trip? And I was gone for 45 days on the road, pretty much by myself the entire time. But at the same time, I really wasn't by myself, because through my road trip, I was able to reconnect with so many amazing people. I got to see some friends from high school and college that I hadn't seen in a long time, as well as getting to see some friends that I worked with at Disney World when I worked at Disney World in Florida. When they were back at their hometowns, I was able to go visit them and see them too, which was really cool. And the best part about meeting the people was through the Instagram community of Polaroiders, I was actually able to meet 15 other Polaroid photographers on my road trip, and being able to walk around and shoot with them and, have the feeling knowing that they love this medium, this format as much as I do, and just being able to hear their stories and share their experiences and share tips and techniques with them was really cool. So on my road trip, I went to 10 national parks and 12 national cities, major cities, and just a bunch of beaches and forests and all these amazing sights. But the best part was that I carried my Polaroid cameras around, and I took probably around 500 Polaroids in my trip. I definitely spent more money on film than I did on gas the entire trip, but every shot was worth it. I definitely kept a lot for myself, but at the same time, I was able to take Polaroids of complete strangers and be able to share their stories as well.
Woo! And you're gonna be able to see that?
We'll find out.
Okay.
When I was in Shenandoah National Park in Virginia, I went on this hike by myself down to this waterfall, this really great waterfall. And I had set my cameras up, and I realized that I didn't bring my camera with the self-timer, so I wanted a picture taken of myself, but I had no one to take a picture of me. So I waited around for about 15 minutes, and right before I was about to hike up and forget it, this nice family came up with a husband and wife, 2 kids, and grandpa. So I asked the husband if he'd be able to take my photo, and he was really happy. He's like, "Oh my goodness, is that a Polaroid? That's so cool." And he was really happy to take my picture. He got it all ready and got ready for the shot, and took the picture, and I was really appreciative. And then I asked to take his Polaroid of his family as well, and they obliged. They were really happy to do it. And I took the Polaroid of them, and we just chit-chatted for a few minutes, letting the picture develop. And while I was talking to them, he asked if I can take a few more pictures on his phone. I was like, yeah, of course, it'd be my pleasure. So I start taking the pictures of him and his wife and his kids and the grandpa. And then the gentleman goes down on one knee to propose. And I was really confused because, I saw the wedding ring on her finger. I was like, this is weird. But I still kept on taking the pictures. And afterwards, he had told me that this was the spot where he proposed to his wife, 5 or 6 years ago, before they started their family. And I thought that was a really precious moment. And Grandpa then chimes in. He's like, he's not that original. I did the same exact thing 44 years ago. So I think that was a really cool moment to just be able to capture 2 decades of engagements at this exact location. I would have had no idea if I never said anything or asked them to take my picture. But just the power of the Polaroid brought us together. And now, that family has that moment captured at this waterfall. And you can be 100% certain that that little boy, whoever they end up proposing to, they're going to be proposing to it at that exact waterfall. So just really cool to have that tradition and have that moment passed on is something that just keeps driving me to meet new people and just share my story and hear other people's stories as well. Sweet. Yeah, cool. Nice to meet you. I'm Bob.
My name's Charles. Nice to meet you.
Charles, nice to meet you, man. I'm thinking I like the colors.
Okay.
Maybe you want to go sit by the cow? Would that be cool?
Yeah, sure.
So that Polaroid that I took of my parents was actually taken on this camera that we're speaking of. So this camera, the SLR 680, is known in the Polaroid community as one of the best Polaroid cameras that the company made for you know, the autofocus and the exposure meters is really nice. So this camera was bought to me from my dad. He bought it for me on eBay because it was in the middle of the beginning of the pandemic. I was really stressing out. I wasn't able to collect on the unemployment and I was out of work for a long time. And my dad knew how much this camera meant to me and how long I was trying to get it for. So I ended up finding a camera really cheap on eBay, and I asked him, I was like, listen, like I hate to be a pest, but do you think it'd be possible if you can buy this camera for me and make a bid? So he's like, you know what? Okay, fine, sure. So we sat down in his office and you know, the bid was 1 minute left, and I was like, okay, we're making sure we got to get this auction. And we ended up getting the camera together for $150. And this camera is really special to me, and I was so grateful for my parents for buying it for me, and then just being able to think about how many memories I've taken with this camera already. The portrait that I took of my parents, the one that you're referring to, is actually the first picture that I took with this camera. And it's really funny because my father, like where I positioned him and everything, he's like, well, wouldn't you want the shot over there? I was like, well, you know, I was explaining to him in the light and everything, and even though he didn't really understand and get it or really care, you know, when I took the picture where I wanted to, he kind of saw what I was going for and he was able to appreciate that. So, you know, that's something that's been kind of tough, is like my parents, my dad maybe doesn't understand my art or like my passion so much, but just being able to know that this camera meant something, it's pretty cool. Right now, Polaroid has been my passion and something that I've learned to continue learning and growing from. At the moment, I've been a freelance photographer where I have shot for clients and I've done engagement photos and some wedding pictures, as well as shooting for artists and local musicians. But right now, my mind is set on becoming a professional photographer. This is something that I'm working towards, and I'm not going to stop until I get to my goals. And I feel with Polaroid and instant photography, I have, you know, something that's a little different to offer to people with the tangible objects and the intimacy of holding a personal Polaroid in your hands and being able to be sent to those memories. And I feel like a lot of people are looking for that in today's day and age. So I'm going to continue growing my skills and learning and just exploring and networking. And, you know, one day soon I know that something is going to come my way where I'm going to be able to be a little bit more sustainable with my photography. Hey guys, sorry to interrupt again, but there it is.
Oh, awesome.
Looking casual and chilling.
Yeah, I like
Thank
that.
you.
Park bench, you're very welcome.
So cool.
Yeah,
That's
of
so
course.
cool.
Yeah, I'd like for you guys to have that.
I'd love to see
Hey,
here.
take a look of what we got.
Oh wow, that's awesome. I do love the lighting. You're right.
Thanks. I appreciate
It's
it.
not the subject. It's the person that's capturing.
It's always the person who's behind the frame. Here you go, man. How'd it come out?
That's awesome. That looks so great. I love it.
Sweet, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. So I put my Instagram on the back as well. Some data for you. So if you want to check out my page, this is what I love to do: meet new people and take some
100%,
Polaroids.
yeah.
Yeah, it's nice
Awesome.
to meet you,
Nice
dude.
to meet you too.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Digging the shirt.
Thank you.
Enjoy the shift. Hope it goes by smoothly, man.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, we're fingers crossed for you, all right?
Have a great rest of your day.
Take it easy,
Thank
man.
you.
Peace. Peace. Woo!